Right, we're gonna be clapping a lot, we're gonna be hugging, screaming, crying. I don't know what's gonna happen tonight. The Holy Ghost is gonna be here. But I wanna start, everybody, I don't want you to pull anything. So we're gonna start with a clap. One finger. Alright, one finger, here we go. Alright, starting to hear some good things. Okay, let's go with two. Okay, everybody can do it. I can, the little guys are doing it too. Okay, three. Alright, okay, four. Alright. Let's give it a 5. Let's go, guys. So as I said, welcome to Prince of Peace. I know we're going to have a great time tonight. Are y'all ready? So welcome to all of our parishioners who come here, week after week. Thank you for the guests who came. And I guess just to get everything started, we need to just do some administrative things. If you're new to our parish, or in case you don't know, we do have restrooms available for you, okay? So you don't have to worry about it. There's going to be one down here, and right next to the fountain where y'all came in through, it's going to be down to the right. It's going to be right behind this cry room. So in case you need to use the facilities, they'll be there. My name is DJ Bernal. I'm a youth group leader here at Prince of Peace, and I've been helping out for a couple years now, so it's been an absolute blessing. And to be able to meet people like Josh Blakesley, and of course with all of y'all's help, we're so proud. Also, if you're going to have any kids or anybody that's going to be coming up, please be careful. We don't want anybody falling over or doing anything like that. Just keep that in mind. Also, we do have some of Josh Blakesley's materials and some Prince of Peace merchandise in the back for sale. So where y'all came in through, y'all can go back out there at any time and just to go get anything that you like. So when they asked me to say something, I was kind of like, oh gosh, what am I going to say? And they said, well, the demons come to Jesus, so just go pray on him. So I said, okay. So I went and prayed, and I was in adoration, and I was like, God, what am I going to say? And he kind of hit me on the back of the head. He was like, duh, come to Jesus. I mean, it's the theme, right? So I was like, okay, I think I can do that. So, but this actually reminds me of one of my favorite Bible quotes. It goes something like this. It's Revelation 3:20. It says, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, then I will enter, and I will dine with him, and he with me. And what a beautiful thing about Christianity, that we have a guy who's coming to us. He's waiting at the door, knocking, and waiting for us to come to him. Right? That's all it takes is the yes. And so I wanted to share something. So a couple months ago, I was able to go to Costa Rica. And it's a Central American country, and I was there for about 4.5 months. And one day I heard a calling, right? I heard God telling me, hey, come to me. So I was like, okay, well, where do I go? I'm on this farm, everything's green around me, we're out of town. And so I had gone running the other day, and it was up a hill. And I said, okay, I'm gonna go climb that mountain, and I'm gonna come to you. So I got on my way, right? I put my shoes on, I got my little backpack, I put water, my Bible, my iPod with all my religious music. I got my poncho because it rains every day. So I set up on my way, right? So I start, okay, God, I know where I'm going. And it gets hot, so I start sweating. I'm like, oh, dang it. So then I got like the iPhone, right? The ears, the headphones are kind of like starting to get wet. It's kind of gross. I'm like, oh God. Okay, so then it starts raining. And I'm like, you gotta be joking me. So I put on the poncho, but the poncho's sticky to me because I'm sweating. Because I'm sweaty, right? So I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's raining, I'm sweating, I'm walking, and at one point I get to a fork. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this. Okay, I go to the left. So I go to the left, and I come up to a lot of mud. And I'm like, what's all this mud doing here? I don't remember this, right? So, all right, so I start walking through it, and it's gross, and it's up to my ankles, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So, and then there's cows everywhere. So what do cows leave behind? Dumps. Okay, so now I'm walking through poo everywhere. I'm like, oh my gosh, and this is up to my ankles too. It was so gross. I did a lot of scrubbing. Okay, so I'm going through this, and I'm like, I don't remember this at all. And then there was a little hill. And I said, this doesn't look familiar either. But I said, okay, I'm gonna climb up it. So for this time it's muddy and it's slippery. So I'm climbing up and I'm slipping and my nails are digging into the mud, I hope. So I get up over the hill, right? And there's like nothing, it's all trees. And I'm like, I went the wrong way. How many of us have strayed off God's path just a little bit, right? We've gone through some poo, okay? We've gone through some bad stuff. But if you listen to God's calling, He's always calling you back, right? So I said, all right, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to where I started from. So I get back to the fork, and I go the right way. So again, I'm walking, and there's cows like passing me, and they're kind of looking at me like I'm an idiot. Have you ever seen that? The cows are like. I'm like, geez, I thought the cows were talking smack to me, right? I was like, I'm getting hungry for a hamburger. So anyway, so I keep going, and eventually I get to the hill, right? The right hill. And so I'm walking up, and my back starts hurting, and it's rocks everywhere, and I'm like, oh gosh. And it's raining, and I'm sweaty, and my iPod's getting all tangled up, right? I'm like, oh my gosh. So I finally get to a spot, and I'm like, God, I don't think I can go anymore. This is where, I'm gonna need to stop. And so I look behind me where I've come from, right? And it's a path all the way down the mountain or the hill, whatever it is. And it's all great, right? You can see all the rain and everything. And I'm like, geez, I don't know why you would have brought me up here. There's nothing going on. And just then, up to my right-hand side, I see the clouds start clearing. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of weird. Why right here? And then so the sun starts shining through, and I look behind me, and of course it's all clouds. It's all rain. And I look again, and to my left, I see not a single, but a double rainbow. I've never seen a double rainbow in my life. I was like that guy on YouTube. Have you ever seen that? He's like, it's a double rainbow! And he's like crying for 2 minutes, right? Okay, I was that guy. Just a little bit, okay? But it's interesting, right? When you reflect on it, and you say, wow, maybe my faith journey is like that, right? Sometimes I might stray off, or I might have to go through some crud, okay? Or I might have to go through some mud, and I may even fall down a time or two. But that's God's calling that's telling you, hey, come back to me. I'm knocking on your door, and I want you to come to me. And it's interesting because God never says it's going to be easy, and He never said you're going to be happy walking His path. But that's what we're meant to do, right? And that's what fulfills us. That's what gives us that inner joy that we've been looking for the whole time. It's so beautiful. And it's going through those hard times that you really see the splendor of what God is trying to show you. Right? Amen? Amen. I mean, I could have gone back home. I could have gone taken a shower, saw some Latin American Idol. I mean, I don't know. I could have done tons of cool stuff. But I said, all right, God, I'll keep going. I'll keep going. So to wrap up this story, I get home like 3 hours later. I'm covered in mud and other stuff, and I'm sweaty, and they're like, what happened to you? And I was like, don't ask, please. I just need to go take a shower. So, but it is interesting, right? When you look at that and you reflect on your faith and know that He's always waiting for you. And He's knocking on your door, and all He's asking is, hey, just get up off the lazy boy and say yes to me. Come open the door. Let me into your life. Let me into your love. Let me into your house. Let me into your family. But all you got to do is say yes. So if you're scared about, where's God calling me to? What is God calling me to? Don't be scared. Just let go and let God. And that's all you need. So He's always knocking at our door. And I wanted to finish off. So if you haven't got the theme, it's come to Jesus. Okay, I know I've said it like 60 times. But it actually comes from one of Josh Blakesley's songs. And I wanted to end on a note with one of his lyrics. And this comes from the song Come to Jesus. He says, welcome, pauper, rich man, leper, hungry, exile, joyful, poor. Come, you prisoner, free man, and sinner. Come to the Lord. So guys, there's going to be a Holy Ghost party tonight. I know all of y'all came to experience the Lord definitely in a new way. And for some of y'all that haven't, or some of y'all that have, it's going to be right around again. So we're going to kick it off with a video that we wanted to show you. And this will really get y'all ready to really have that experience.
I'm overwhelmed.
So confused. I'm so alone.
Mr. Davis, if you can't answer a simple question, you don't really belong in my classroom, do you?
I'm angry.